Alright, hello. So this video is going to be about a technique. So Vi's Q is the focal point of her kit. You can tap Q or you can hold Q. And those are the two things we're talking about. As you can see at the point of this brick outline on the ground, my Q can go to about there. There's a thing called a lollipop hitbox, whereas you can see, even though the indicator showed the very end, Vi can still hit the opponent. This happens on all versions of her Q, but it's on a lot of champions. The most notable being Nautilus's hook, how sometimes it definitely doesn't hit you, but it still does because of this lollipop hitbox. So essentially it's just this big circle around the actual Q. So if we put them at the end, you'll see that it goes to the tip of the outline, and then we still hit them nonetheless. So with Gale Force, it used to be also Stride Breaker, but they took away the dash from that item. So with Gale Force, if you hit the opponent with a fully charged Q or a tap Q, right at the lollipop hitbox, you can actually pull the opponent back in by changing the direction they're knocked back. The reason this works is because when Vi finishes her animation, she still has the lollipop hitbox, and so she's done with her animation, she's not locked out anymore, but she still has the hitbox active. So as you saw there, you can essentially pull them back in if you get the timing right. In top lane, you are pretty consistently in melee range of the opponent, and so it potentially is a more frequently used tactic, although Gale Force is on like a 2-minute cooldown, so that is pretty rough. The tap Q is a lot faster, as you can see, and it requires quicker reaction time, but it's way harder to avoid. And the concept is to use a technique that Merthos, the Skarner top player who hit Challenger last season, I believe, he fights in this area, and then when the opponent fights back, he'll pull them under tower and then stun lock them there. So the tower does a lot of the work, and it's kind of a cheesy way to get a kill, but it could be effective, and Vi could do it too. So something like this is what we're actively going for. You pull them here, and then you combo them under tower with your R, lock them down as they're getting hit by the tower for more damage. So that's the theory. It's like a theory crafting thing. It's not necessarily good. I'm not saying it's broken or anything, because I mean you still have to buy a full-on Gale Force for this. But it could be kind of cheeky if you get it to work, because you do pull them back surprisingly far. So if you want to see a more in-depth video on this, Egg Sample does have a video out there. I believe it's a Synapse video 999. He's very proud of his hook video. So I definitely recommend checking that one out. But this is just something to bring it to light, and I would definitely recommend practicing this in Practice Tool, as it is a little bit difficult to do, because when you Q, you are locked in the Q animation until the very end, and then you can use the Gale Force. So using tap Q into Gale Force is pretty quick. Alright, thank you for watching.